when DTM Umama finished his speech and Morali also finished his advice to you, I could hear, what's the matter? Wake up. Please repeat after me all together. I am a champion. I am passionate. Good. So I know you're awake. By the way, those are my family. Siku and Anas Nazo, Anas Nazi, and all the rest of them. Anyway, today we're going to talk about organizing your speech. And when the question was asked, do you find it difficult to write a speech? Most of you raised their hands. I think all of you should have raised your hands, because I have raised my hand. Because even us, as DTMs and veterans, when we want to write a speech, wow, it's just, where we're going to start, what we're going to talk about. There are so many criteria which are required. Well, it's not easy for anybody, but with practice, it becomes better and better and better. So, first thing is, I want my speech to be a killer. Who are going for the contest this year, international speech? Who contesting?
Contesting in your youth leadership grand finale.
Youth leadership?
Grand finale.
Okay, wow,
Yeah.
Most of you are contesting. Well, let me tell you one thing, if the contest is close, I hope by now your speech is ready and you just only practicing, because time and planning is required. Now, always the problem is, when you want to write a speech, what I'm going to write about? All right, if it's usually by the book, inspirational, informative, at least it gives you a guideline. What I'm going to write about, what is it? That's always the most difficult thing to do, is to think, what am I going to write about my speech? What's the subject? Well, you have to select a topic. That's the first thing you do. So, all right, I will select a topic. But still, I don't know what I'm going to write about. What kind of topic? Right? There are three major criteria when you want to select a topic. You have to put them into your mind. Right? All you have in front of you is a pen and white pieces of paper. And then you think of what are the three criteria. The first one, self-interest to the audience. You see, when we talked about the table topic yesterday, and we said it's a mini speech, so really what we said yesterday is almost 80% is going to repeat itself here, except we just widen up a little bit. Okay? So, self-interest to the audience. All right, so if you want to talk to an audience, like, I cannot come here and talk about engineering, or I'll talk about something which is really related, as I said yesterday, to my experience, which maybe you have no idea about. Some of you will start, sending messages, okay, without it, because you get bored. So it's important that you get a subject, which relates to the audience. The second thing which you have to take note of, the topic you are passionate about. Like GTM Umama said, you have to be passionate about something which touches your life, something which you can really relate to and you know things about. The third criteria is keep it simple. A lot of people say, oh my God, speech in front of people and contest, I have to start putting into it, so many quotes and they make it complicated. No. Simple is beautiful. Keep it as simple as you can. All right. Now, you can proceed. If you think of these three things, put them right in front of you, and while you're thinking, then now you can start organizing your speech. So, how can I organize my speech? The first step, you have to think and be creative. Okay? Try to find something out of the box. The second thing, write your speech, edit it, and rewrite it. Now, the best speech is a rewritten speech. I used to sometimes write my speeches like 3, 4, 5 days before, and then I go and deliver, and somehow I'm not really satisfied. Till somebody advised me, I said, no, you have to write your speech at least 3, 4 weeks before. And then you'll find time to edit it, which I did. And then while I'm driving, I think of something. When I read it, I think of something. I wrote a speech which was like 900 words. Now that will be like 8 minutes, no way. So, Every day I read it, I cancel, I add, I change, I edit, till I reduce it to actually 700 words. I cancel 200 words. Why? Because I had enough time to think and to write and to edit. So make sure, if you're going to have a speech, give yourself at least 2 weeks. Read it, write it, and then read it, and then edit, and then change. Ideas come to your mind when you read several times. Then, of course, when it's ready, you have to deliver. And when we know about delivery, voice modulation, stage movement, gestures, right? And if you do that, trust me, you'll be a winner. You're 3 on. So, what is the simplest method to organize a speech? All right, you told us that. Thank you very much. But still trying to find the method. Okay? O, B, C. Make sure when you have a piece of paper, say, right, this piece of paper is for the opening. Okay? That's the O. Opening is what I'm going to tell them. You have, a lot of people make a mistake. They start writing, and the public are looking, what is he going to talk about? Because, he leaves the message or whatever he wants to talk about till the end or in the middle. No. Opening is you try to pick somebody to tell them what are you going to talk about? Friendship? Are you going to talk about motivation? Are you going to talk about whatever the subject? You try to hint at the opening, and then body. That's the page where you fill actually a whole page or more words. That's the body. That's the story. Okay, you're going to tell them about the friendship. You're going to tell them about the passion. You're going to tell them you write your stories, etc. And then, of course, the most important thing is the conclusion. What you do in the conclusion? First, you tell them, I'm going to tell you about this. Then you tell them the story, and then you summarize and recap, and you tell them what you just told them. That is the first thing which you do. This piece of paper introduction for body, and this piece of conclusion, and put that in front of you while you start writing. Yeah. So, how can I develop an outline of the speech? Okay, I've got these major 3 items. Well, you told me at the beginning, be passionate, etc. And now you told me have an opening and a body and a conclusion. Yeah, okay, I've got this, but still I need to have some outlines, a little bit more details. Okay, the opening. Usually some of them call it the introduction, but most of us, those masters, we call it the opening. Opening must grab the attention, like we said yesterday in the impromptu speech, for the first 15 minutes. Now, let's try to select the subject. I selected the subject this morning, which I want to talk about, which I think, in my opinion, it suits the audience, which is our friendship. Friendship is very important to us. How many of us have friends or whatever? Okay? And I wanted to give a title. Sometimes the title has to be, something, let the people intrigued. The title of my speech was, Oof, at last. Wow. When you say, oof, at last, people will think, my God, he got a problem. What is he going to talk about? What's oof? At last, there must have been something, and something has happened. So it leaves the people intrigued. So you have to grab their attention. Now, people don't know what I'm going to talk about. Now, this is what I did in my own. Oof, at last. And then you look at the public. How many times you have said to yourself, a mother, when she finished her work and stops for a cup of tea, oof, at last. A student, when the exams are over, oof, at last. An employee who gets promotion, which is long overdue, oof, at last. A friend who never deceived me. A friend who is a good listener and who is non-judgmental. Oof, at last I found one. Do you have one? You already captured the audience and grabbed them. My God, this guy must have a story. If he said oof at last, and he must have had a friend and find him. Okay, so that's the opening. You have to grab their attention. Introduce the topic at the beginning. Okay, I did. That's in the introduction. I said already, friendship. So this guy is going to talk about friendship. So you already know. I grabbed your attention, and you know what I'm going to talk about in the opening. And then establish a rapport with the audience. Okay, always smile. As I said yesterday, smiling is contagious and enthusiastic. How do you show that? With your body posture. with your voice. Oof, at last, do you have one? You know, you people feel that vibe, and it's contagious. They will start listening to you. And then, of course, you have to use a question like I did, okay? Which, like a rhetoric question, doesn't have to be answered. Do you have one? Okay? People might answer, might not. Okay? So you concluded. That's your opening. Okay. You said, thank you very much. You told us about the opening. That sounds interesting. So what do we write in the body? Okay? Now, the body, tell them about the main idea. Don't exceed. So you're going to talk about friendship. You can have not more than 1, 2, maximum 3 ideas. If you're going to have characters, friends, 1 or 2, maximum 3. Don't exceed, because the more you put ideas into your body and the more characters, people get confused, they will lose you. Just keep it simple, remember. Okay? Support it with material, data things, and particularly stories are very important. And friendship, wow, you can find a lot of stories. Okay? And then keep it simple, because the audience will remain interested, because they're interested in friendship. Everybody has friends, good or bad. Okay, this sounds great. Now how about the conclusion? Now let me tell you what I did in my body, roughly speaking. Tell a story, this is when you write about friendship, how your friendship developed with a best friend incident. It could have started with a quarrel, both, but either it could have started with a quarrel, and then usually we become friends after the quarrel, or you are friends and neighbors, but your parents are not good friends, but, and you are the guys who actually, the story, who actually managed to force them to become friends, or the other way around. You know, your parents and neighbors are good be friends, but you and your friend of their son, or whatever kid, you're not friends. And even if they go for dinner, you don't go because you're not friends. And then eventually something happened. You know, you get your story, climax, and then suddenly comes the solution. Always when you write a speech or a story, that's what you do. Okay, thank you very much. How about the conclusion? All right. The conclusion, wrap up. You see, tell them. First of all, tell them what you're going to tell them. Tell them, and then tell them what you told them. Which means you have to quickly wrap up in few sentences. You know, your conclusion should start when you actually see mostly the yellow card halfway. That should be your conclusion. Don't leave it to the, because some people wait till the red card and the suddenly well, I have to go to the conclusion. Conclusion could be long, and then they either go time, because time management is very important. Okay. The second thing, okay, you can end with a powerful quote. You can end. You have to end it with a powerful quote. You have to end it with a question. Make sure you craft it that way. You can tie up your conclusion to the opening. Okay, talking about friendship. Okay, talking, and then you have one. You have to tie it up together sometimes. Okay, and then never, ever, 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 when you do conclusion, leave the room without giving a message or without a call for action. You have to give them a call for action. Always remember this. Great is the art of the beginning, but greater is the art of the ending. The ending, because that's the last impression people will go with. This is what I wrote in my conclusion. True and sincere friendship is rare nowadays, but if you find one, nurture it. But remember, to find such a true friend, it starts with you, by you being sincere, by you being not judgmental, by you being a good listener and caring and fun to be around. When you go home tonight, reflect, and maybe you'll find that friend who cares about you, but you have never paid attention to him. So what I'm asking you, go home and say, yeah, Suzanne, she's actually been nice to me. I've been harsh to her. I've been ignoring her. I've been following Mary. Because, you know, Mary, because we have so many ideas together, but she's sincere. And then suddenly, things start coming back to you. You left the public to go home and to think, who are my real friends? Do I really have friends? Conclusion must be powerful. Give them something to think. Sarvanya? Where is Sarvanya? Where is he? Can you please read your message? Wow, that's what you said to me because you like the presentation. So, Read, what do I say there? This sounds?
This sounds great, and I am so excited, and I want to start right now. Right away, sorry. But can you tell me how to go about it? How can I fill the outline which I developed?
Sure. Of course, I will tell you. This technique is called filling the outlines. Now, you got a piece of paper, opening body, okay, fine. And then you start writing, now you have, remember, the introduction, you thought about it. You start writing the body. And then another paper for the conclusion. Yeah, but where do I start? How do I start? What's the technique? We call it filling the outline. List the points you want to talk about. This is what we do. Because, okay, I'll have a piece of paper, I've got idea, friends. Just scribble, write, outlines, things, ideas which come to your mind. Just write them down. Forget about are they in order, not in order. Forget about that. Just write what comes up to your mind. Leave it, go home, come back from the school. That's why I started 2 weeks earlier. Oh, new ideas come to you. Just write them down. Put them all together, okay? And then arrange them either logically or consequently. Khalas. Now you've got so many ideas. Okay, this will go to the introduction, this will go to the conclusion. I will start with this story. You start putting them in order. Because you cannot really think and try to put them in order at the same time and then another comes to you. No, just write anything which comes to your mind. Then start putting them in order. And then expand the points. Okay? Now khalas, now I have them in order. This one has 4 or 5 lines. I can add a quote to it. I can add humor to it. You start expanding after you have organized them. Now you take them one by one and start expanding them to reach actual full speech. Develop an introduction, and so have an introduction and a conclusion, okay? Because once you write these things, don't write the introduction first. Some people start writing the introduction of the speech, okay? And then they go to the body. No. Have the ideas, arrange them, write your story. That sounds a great story, because that's the body, that's the important. Now I'm going to make a really introduction, which will make the public look at me and focus on me. Okay, you write it then. Okay, when you finish with that, read the body. I'm going to wrap it up now and give them a message to take away. So always after you write the body, leave the introduction and the conclusion till the end. Okay, Fadil, can you see from there? I know you have got fever, I'm sorry about that. Can you see from there? Thank you. It says,
thank you so much. Are there any other tips you can give us?
Do I have any other tips to give you? Of course I do. Okay? I never leave without a call for action. Remember? This is my conclusion. This is just like a speech. Okay? So, I interested you, I told you the body, now I have to give you, I've got 15 tips. This is my call for action. And these 15 tips, what they do really, they actually summarize, okay, the presentation. So, general tips. The first one, plan well in advance. What did we say? Don't write your speech 4 or 5 days before. Write it to start thinking about it 2 or 3 weeks before. 2, keep it simple. Please, do not complicate it. 3, avoid being dull. And today I'm going to talk about friendship. And then you don't tell stories. You don't have an introduction. You don't have, not a strong conclusion. No call for action. No, don't do that. Enthusiastic and have something nice which will interest people. Okay? Speak with passion about something you care about, as DTM Omama said. When something which really, interesting to you, something you love. Okay, you love friendship, you have a good friend, speak with passion. Okay? And engage and hook the audience. Hook them with powerful opening. The opening is very important. Okay, I ask them a question. Okay, or like I gave an example yesterday in the table topic about bullying. Yeah, bullying is a problem and I had an experience. And people are expecting you to say, I was bullied. I was the one who bullied everybody. No, it's a twist. Okay? Now, the first time you get a bully in front of us, let's hear your story. Let's hear, because you always hear it from the point of view of the people who've been bullied. But we never heard it from the person who actually is bullying. Okay? Good. Harish, what did you say to me just now? Great. Thank you. Okay, we'll have more. Tell a compelling personal stories. Personal stories are very, very important. Make the stage your home. Don't stand in one place. I have to because of the presentation. Otherwise, I would have actually moved everywhere with purpose, not just like this. So make sure you don't stand in one point. Look and move with purpose. When you look at people, don't keep looking at her and just talk about it to her. Okay? Look with purpose at everybody and move with purpose. Use the power of eye contact. Never eyes up, ever eyes down. Always eyes up and look at the audience. Posture and body language are very important. Posture, but first of all, when you come to a speech, please, particularly in a contest, come well dressed because you impress people. Do you like my dress today?
Yes.
Yeah? Thank you. You see, I impress people. With the jeans or t-shirt or whatever. It's important. And then the way you stand, always. Never when table topic. I see some people on table topic, listening and waiting and what the questions do. No. Whatever the question is, we talked about table topic. We can practice. We have confidence. Come here, table topic. Even if he says any volunteers, yes. Wow, guys, even table topic muscle will be shot. Yeah, okay, and come here. And then when he look at him and smile. And then when he finishes the question, thank you. Smile, look at the public. Oh my God, this guy's got confidence. Okay? Make decision. We say, look at the power contact. Power, what is this? Posture and body. Right, let's look at me. Oh, Push, what did you say to me?
I love it.
Yeah, me too. All right. Okay, let's go to the next. Still, we have got the last point. Vary your cadence, your voice, modulation. Never ever have the same voice. It's a presentation. I could have said, I live in my mother's, and the next point is, it would have been bored to death. But even in a presentation, I'm varying my voice. Yes? Thank you. Manage your time. I've seen the green card in a minute. I'm trying to, not trying to rush. I will not compromise on quality. I will finish, even if time is over, but I will try to be on time. Get feedback. When you do your speeches in here, always get feedback and write it down and make sure you have a data there, because you can go back to it when you write the next speech. Never ever, ignore the feedback. It's the most important thing which can help you to develop. Practice and practice and practice and practice. At the beginning I thought, I always made so many speeches, what the hell do I need to practice? No, practice and practice and practice. And you know what I do sometimes? I have a mobile. I actually finish the speech and then I record it in my iPhone. And when I go in the car, in the Bluetooth, while I'm driving, I'm listening to my speech. I listen to it once, twice. Why should I listen to the music? Let me listen to my speech. And trust me, that helps me. So that helped me to reduce the time of actually practicing, because I'm listening to it in the car. So record it, put it in the car, and when you drive, listen to it. Okay? Last point, enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment. You, particularly in contests. Forget about all the contestants. You know when I participated in the district, a lot of people came to me and said, you prepared, what do you think? Excuse me, who are you? I don't know. I'm not here to win, I'm here to enjoy myself. I'm here to make the public, have fun. And I'm gonna have fun. Have fun. And when you deliver, at the end of the day, deliver a performance, complete performance. Not a speech, a performance. Your gestures, body language, your voice, you contact with the public, enjoy, have fun, and deliver a message, something to take away. Never ever forget that. And I will stay here tonight. I've got an engagement. I'm going to stay here tonight. I'm going to see what the speakers are doing, and if any of this is over there. So, Tisha, what can I say?
What can I say?
No, Tisha, like this. What can I say?
What can
Exactly, Tisha. Well, If you do all this, I will say to you guys, awesome. Your speech is a killer if you apply this. Everything. You deliver a performance. You deliver a message. It's okay, let her raise the yellow. She's right. She's the timer, she's doing her job, and try me to finish on time. Raise the yellow so I can see. And when it's red, raise the red. Okay? So deliver a performance, deliver a message. Enjoy yourself. Please, I've recorded some of you, remember last time, and I sent it to you. And some of them I really like. They come here with confidence and, particularly this lady here and there's another one. Wow. Never, even if you don't know the subject. As I said yesterday, look for the underlying words. Okay? When I said, what is the worst experience when playing football? Huh? Football? But the word worst experience, haha. I'm going to focus on the worst experience. I've got so many worst experiences. And then you say, yeah, football? Yes, I played football, but in my dreams. But I had a worst experience somewhere else. All right? From me and Siko Siko, thank you for listening. Thank you very much. I'm not going to ask you if you have questions. I'm going to send this later on to you. Unfortunately, it's a big file, so it comes with what you call this Google Drive. Okay, so I'll keep the link open. I sent you yesterday's presentation and first topic.